both the guys in my head. I trust D.T. Suzuki and Sun Yat-sen. Sun Yat-sen was a professor. Well, D.T. Suzuki was, quote, a professor, okay, of Buddhist, what they refer to as philosophy. He didn't see it as philosophy. He saw it as eternal humility and understanding of his eternal humility. He didn't see it as philosophy. Philosophy is something that you claim the brain owns and passes on. When the brain ceases to exist, does that mean philosophy ceases to exist? So he didn't believe in philosophy. He believed in life. He believed in the eternal gift through the infinite source. And so he's a Buddhist. Okay, do you understand? A real Buddhist. Okay. Not a namaste, and not those assholes. God, that pissed me off so bad. And I have D.T. Suzuki in my head. He was really mad. Those Buddhists in Malaysia or whatever and stuff, President Trump should win the Nobel Prize. It's like, seriously? You're Buddhist monks. And you're saying this guy should get a rock award for people killing each other over rocks with technology. And you're saying you're like Jiddu Krishnamurti at the UN in 1985, right? Are you sure about that? You're supposed to be a reflection of the love of that man. Okay, he's the one who's supposed to be like the Buddha. Okay, Krishna, Siddhartha, so forth. Okay, where did you get up and say something that, when you look at life eternally and you free yourself from human greed and understand human need, there will be loving work for all, and we will all be healthy and loving and working in a healthy manner, even if it's just maintaining your own house. Okay? You can take turns, like in King Solomon's Israel, Muhammad's Mecca. Okay, if you have something you're good at, okay, like Jesus did, they talked about that through his story. Jesus taught people, Jesus liked to work with wood. And so they had to have a vocation. So he would teach people how to build their own stuff. And then people, well, then you can't be the artisan and do it for them. Share, care, given accordance to need, build to last. I'm building relationships to last. He would always tell his father Joseph that. What are you doing? I'm doing my father's work. Okay. You're doing it the way the Romans do. I'm going to go do it the way David and Solomon do. The way Adam does, the way Moses does, Share, care, given accordance to need, build to last. That's how Jesus was a value worker. They said his father was a contractor, and they said he was a mason. He did that work with his dad to pay their bills, but he liked to work with wood, and he taught people how to build their own stuff with wood. He was real good at it. It was, if you say an artisan, but he liked to do that. That was his handwork that he liked to do. The other guys that went around were fishermen, right? And he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Just a good guy, right? But you have these people that are just historically inept, okay, and linguistically and intellectually challenged, running around declaring themselves experts and masters. What's your master's thesis? Is it based on theology or philanthropy? What else are you going to make up? Philosophy. There you go. Philosophy is merely a perception of a finite image of what you believe yourself to be and others to be before you and what people like you will be if we survive today. Do you understand? Okay, that's philosophy. I understand philosophy. I'm just not a philosopher. Life's eternal, grace is infinite, share, care, given accordance to need, built to last, forgive not and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful, peace. Put down the pen. Don't sell the book. Get all these people, this guy, he sold books. He was a philosopher. He was a book salesman. Did he stand up for us to live the Lord's Prayer so he didn't have to sell books to pay other idiots to live here? Well, then tell him his philosophy sucks and I don't want to read it. Anybody else want to talk to me about philosophy at a hardware fucking store in Las Cruces, effing fucking New Mexico? Assholes. They're assholes. Oh, trust me, they know they're assholes. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. They know they're assholes. That's why they all pretend to be like me, D.T. Suzuki, Jiddu Krishnamurti, Haile Selassie, so on, so on, so on, so forth, and Sun Yat-sen. They pretend, I'm pretending I'm Nirvana. I'm pretending I'm... Yeah, people that pretend. They pretend. Yeah, they're REM. I am the world leader, pretend. All I see around are sad faces, mad faces, happy faces. And that's how they want you to feel. They want to think it's rather funny, think it's rather sad. The dreams that I have done when I'm dying are the best I ever had. They're trying to decrease population numbers. They're trying to depress you. In a real world such as this is, you would sit there and look, okay, our beaches are eroding. Okay, we need to stop our economic timidity to slow down the weather reacting violently. And in the meantime, we need to take these people and say, we're going to have to see how this reacts. And you may not be able to live here anymore. But that kind of stuff happens. Yeah. There's these people, they live near this place called Vesuvius. There are also these other people, they live near a place named St. Helens. It happens. Okay. Well, you don't need a change of address for them. Just get up and move. Everybody will know where you're at. Okay. Just don't die. Okay, Mr. Incredible? Look out at Syndrome. Okay, do you understand? Got your remote controls? Okay. They're assholes. Yeah, I know they're assholes. But do you know that you're one of them? I want to be a successful what? I want to be an engineer. I want to do things with math for money. Okay. Why don't you just write down a philosophy about it and sell a book? And then you'll become next thing you know, the girl on TV's a millionaire. The other girl said, hey, you're there. Why aren't you here? Hop in a plane and pollute the atmosphere and cause disease in people that live near the airport in Houston over there. Humble it is, Texas. See what I'm saying? Okay. You murder people with your delusions of philosophy and economy and government and ideology and ideology and theology and thocology and fuckatoshity and suckatukatoshity. You suck. Just be a good person. Be a good person. Okay. I was sitting there thinking about it because I'm watching these. I'm just like, I know I've done right like those before me. Okay. I know I've done right by them. And what DT Suzuki and Senya Center are telling me is like, I was worried about this stuff. Don't worry about any of that stuff. You'll be fine. Sunlight Center, are you sure? He goes, yeah. The way their technology is, I'm certain from the people that are like me in China. Okay. We don't have people like him in the United States plugged into computers. I'm pretty sure it's in China. Okay. So we're talking, okay? In the United States, they don't really have people like me plugged into computers. They might in India, okay, and in China and Korea, other places like, Japan. Here, they're not like me. No, they're a reflection of me, and they're having trouble with this, and the one that's walking them through it is the one that's not plugged in. Because I'm talking to the ones that are like me that are plugged in. But they're not here. I don't think they're in the United States. I'm not feeling that. If they were here, it's, Vader's near. Oh no, is Bernadette in the bathroom and I didn't put the thing on the toilet paper roll? Just kidding. I'm being facetious. I watch TV. On the Messiah, and I watch TV. And so, no, I know. And so he tells me, he goes, no, you can't sit there and call yourself a physician and watch people be poisoned to death by murderers and not get up to say anything healthy or do anything healthy to help people not be murdered by murderers and call yourself a physician. That's how he died. Okay, him and DT Suzuki and other people like him and stuff were understanding a lot of this stuff and trying to stop it. Now, no, they knew each other in prayer and meditation and understanding. DT Suzuki was a young man, okay, that was the swordsman of Japan, okay. They have all that, no, they knew it was him. Yeah, it's him. I know. You have this sweet... He's a small man. He's, like fun. Okay. Fun is 5 foot. Tishna's like 5'3", 5'2". I mean, 5'4". No, he's not that small. But he's like 5'4". Okay. Tishna, okay. He's like 5'4", guys. Okay. He'd dunk all on your bloody ass. Okay. Like Geronimo on who's the best player ever? Basketball player, Geronimo, right? No, it was Tishna. But it was fun. But no, okay. He would Diego your Maradona. Okay? I don't want to hear it. Okay. He'd kick your ass. Okay? He'd hand it to you. A 5'4" man can take a 7'2" man, rip his nuts off, and feed him to him if he wanted to, if he could. But why would he want to do that? He's a kind man. They called him Fun because all the children and the women were protected from the bullies every time he was in camp. He was 5'4". And Lozon was even short. She's probably like 4'10". And Lozon was like him. That's where she raised Victoria. And Victoria was about the same size as Fun. Okay, and you have Chiricahua guys. Taz is not just 6'1", 6. He's a bigger guy. Had bigger guys, but that doesn't have anything to do with anything. Forgot about the rocks. Okay, you gonna get into it? Okay, come hit me. Boards don't hit back. No, you gotta understand. Okay, there can be a 5'6" man. Okay, that can take Dwight Johnson and kick his ass all over the state of Indiana. Okay, do you understand? Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Trust me. I've had people that trained. No. I used to be scared. I was like, I wouldn't want to fight that guy. Like, no, you wouldn't want to. Why? And that's the way I am. And then people, they watch and study. Oh God, you don't want to fight that guy. He'll kill you. And I'm like Ernest T. Oh yeah, I was skinny. Now I'm 245 and fat, and you still don't want to fuck with me, because the energy that flows through my body, guys. And I don't want to know, and I don't care to know, and I don't care to. Yeah, I don't have to. I have quantum computing, I have artificial general intelligence. I have satellites everywhere. I don't care to know. Haile Selassie was assassinated. Sun Yat-sen was poisoned to death by perverts and cowards. Okay? They're going to be a beautiful, most talented, gifted, kind, protecting man in the world, and he could get crucified by a bunch of pig fucking, dog raping, child molesting murderers that call themselves Roman centurions. Okay? And then turn him into the cloud killer god nuclear scientist fuck of their dreams for 2,000 plus years. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Share, care, given, constant need, built to last. Forgive debt, trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. If I say it with a British accent, does it sound more intelligent? Okay? All right then. Now, go home straight away and do that. Now you have a home because you're living the Lord's Prayer. You crazy rat bastard. So no, I'm feeling good. We could, we should, we would. I feel real good. Okay, I have done right by the people like me before me, and definitely all those yet to come. Right, yet to come. I'm working on it, and I'm better than an M. Night Shyamalan script with old Bruce Willis, and trying to help Haley Joel Osment stop seeing dead people. Okay, no more dead presidents. No more Hughes Brothers movies. No more comic book sales. No more Comic-Cons. Why? Why would you get together to celebrate things that are psychotic and insane, of people having mass murder abilities and then having to protect people of mass murder abilities from mass murder abilities with things that don't exist, when you could go home and plant a garden and love your kids and love your spouse? But I love you. Oh, I love you.